Hello and welcome. This is a tutorial on using Sony Vegas to make the sample video that I'm about to just play very quickly for you. In this tutorial we're going to learn about a credit scrolling effect, a background and music. So we shall get started on that right away. Right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up Sony Vegas. Just wait for that to load. Right, the first three things that we're going to do is we're going to right click on this grey panel here and insert an audio track, insert a video track, and then we're going to insert another video track. So your top two are your video tracks and your bottom one is your audio track, and you can tell the difference between the sliders. One's got the volume on and then the other one's is a transparency slider. So next thing that we're going to do is we're wanting to put some media in here. We'll start with a background first, and to do that we find a background that we've got saved somewhere, and you can drag it from your desktop or from anywhere else and we just drop it onto one of these. It won't drop onto the audio one because only audio files go there, so we're going to drop that one there for now, and we'll just drag it out to, let's have a look, 1 minute 10 for now. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to right click on this section here, scroll down to the bottom and insert generated media. From that we need to select Sony on the left hand side there and Sony credit roll. So we click on that and we click OK. So the first couple of things we're going to do is we're just going to click on these and remove these because we don't need them. For this I have already got a source of text already edited into as many lines as possible and ones that don't stretch out too far just to interfere with the video. So all I'm going to do is Control A on all of that, then Control and C to copy it. Then we're going to go back onto Sony Vegas, we're going to click there and we're just going to press Control and V, and that will put our text in. Now we need to leave it highlighted for the moment, and what we need to do is we need to go to the preset up at the top and we need to click on that and click on scrolling on a transparent background so it'll go over the background of something. We then need to go to styles. We'll change the text colour in this instance to black, and we're going to go for a size of around 12 to 14. We'll try 14 first. The font is entirely up to you. I use one called Calibri. Do that, make sure it's bold, make sure it's centered. Now this duration tab at the top determines how long the text will run for. Now we've already stretched the background out to about 1 minute 10, so if we click on this and delete the middle two digits and we'll put 70 seconds in, press enter, and that'll change to 1 minute 10. Then we click on animate down here in the bottom left hand corner, and we'll just close this off for now. Then what we're going to do is you're going to hover over the right hand side of this newly created credit scroll till a little square box and a double arrow comes, and you click and hold it down and you drag it out. See, the background's slightly longer, so you can see how far the text's running, and you can, as you can see, it's actually slightly over, so we need to go back in and edit that. So we'll stop at about there as the text disappears. We'll pull this background back down, again using the same technique we used to pull the other one out. Right, so to edit the credit scroll, you right click and then click on Edit Generated Media. Now for some reason the size and the font has not saved this time, so what we're going to do is we're going to click on DWA at the top there, scroll right to the bottom to where it says you're after support and sympathy, and shift and left click to highlight it all again. We're then going to go back to styles. Let's change there, bear with me 1 second. We'll go down to a 12 and click animate again. We need to make sure if accidentally any of these lines on the edge change, you need to make sure that the blue box lines, rather than the one that says HDR or ones that are in red. So just scroll up and check all of them are okay. For some reason this is liking to play silly buggers with me. Just bear with me a second. There we go, it's changing now. Sometimes these errors occur, unfortunately. You've just got to go back in and make sure it gets re-edited. Right, so that should be done. We'll just close that off for now, and we'll click anywhere on here and it should bring a preview. Right, that has gone too small this time round. So back in edit generated media, make sure that we click on the top and then shift click down to the bottom to make sure all that's highlighted. We'll go to styles, we'll scroll this back down to black, make sure it's bold. Might be able to get away with we'll get away with a bigger text on this one. Let's see. Right, 16 looks like it fits just nicely. So click animate on the bottom left again on that. What we're going to do now is you can manually drag this to the edge, or you can just click the back button here. So we'll click that and we'll just click play just to get a preview of what it's going to look like. So as you can see, that's scrolling up and that'll run until the very last line. Just what we're checking for here is basically that all the text fit in and none's cut off. And if any is, we'll go back in and edit it. But so far, so good. Yeah, it's looking good. This is where the long part's taking, obviously double checking the quality of your work and making sure nothing's been missed off. The process itself's quite simple. It's just if stuff starts going wrong, as you've just seen on this video where things kept resetting themselves, it gets a bit fiddly. So that's looking very good. All the lines are in sync with the image. So we're just going to click stop on that for now. Now the next thing that we're going to do is I'm going to control and left click on both these, and we're going to just drag them out slightly, just there for now. We have a intro video already made on the Google Drive for DWA. Just find that now for the intro video for the poetry videos. So what we'll do now is from the Google Drive we find the intro and we drag that to the very beginning of there, holding down left click, let go. So that's the intro inserted in there. We'll then bring this back to the edge where it snaps with the blue line that's highlighted. The same for the background. We'll then zoom in using the scroll wheel on your mouse and we grab the inside little triangle on the credit scroll effect, hold down left click and pull out so it has a fade in effect from the previous slide. The same goes for the background. And then what we do is we'll go to the very end of the video and we do the same again. Pull that in so it fades slightly, and the same with the background. What we're then going to do is insert the end slide for the video, which I already have saved, and we'll drop that there like that, using the same techniques as before, as holding down left click and just dropping. We'll make sure it's faded in and faded out at the end. And to just double check this transition effect, we'll just click anywhere on the grey space and click play. So it fades out and then fades back in. And then that's that done. So we'll click end there. And now what we want to do is look for some music. Now I've already downloaded a track, but the same will apply if you've got your own track to use. So you find the location of where the track actually is. Just bear with me one moment. Then you find the actual song you want to use and hold down left click and drag it into the audio bar at the bottom and let go of that. What we want to do is we want to fade the music in and out on this video, so we'll hold left click down on the outer edge of that, pull it in slightly to, let's say, the beginning of where the credit scroll effect is. We'll go to the end of the video. We want to obviously shorten the audio for the length of the video, so we drag this all the way back using the same techniques as before. Drop it there till it snaps to the end of the video. Using your scroll wheel again, we'll zoom in slightly, and then what you want to do is grab the outer edge, hold left click down and fade the music to the end slide there. Let go of that, and now what we'll do is we'll start at the beginning and we'll check out the progress so far. If any time you feel that your music is too loud, you can pull this slider down in the middle of where the audio track is and it will lower the volume of the track to give it a more mellow effect. So we'll let go of that there. That sounds about the right volume. Right, so the music sounds okay. We'll go back to the beginning just to double check that intro. It's coming okay. Yep, perfectly fine. So we're going to click stop. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to file in the top left corner there, render as, and what you want to do is you want to search through all the different formats here and go to the main concept one. And what we're going to do is we're going to render at the Sony tablet 1080p setting. So we click on that. We make sure render loop region only is unticked, otherwise if you've had a selection when you've clicked render, it will just render that particular part. We're going to find a location to save the file to. So we're going to call this one test. Save it to the desktop, click save. Check all that, and then we're going to click render. What will happen now is the video will render, and we always render at 1080p to start with. Then what you can do afterwards is you can actually open the file up back into Sony Vegas and render it at a lower resolution, for more suitable for like the internet, like Facebook and other various media outlets. But that's pretty much the basics of making one of our poetry videos. So thank you for watching.